talk.
Why you cried? I'm sorry.
I cried too.
You had the little tears rolling. I was like, I was trying to hide it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Queen Talk with Teniqua Denise. Today, I'm so excited because I have my two favorite women ever here. We have Jeanine on my left.
Hello.
Yes. And we have Dawnie on my right. So this is it's not a duo. What is it when it's three people? Trio. This is the trio for today. And I wanted to have them on because one, Jay is in town, right? So it just makes sense. And Dawnie's here. She was available, which is hard, right? We're adults. We have lives, but we all managed to be in the same place at the same time. So I'm like, what better time than to have a podcast from Queen Talk? And I'm excited about it because today we are gonna. Did I even tell y'all what we talking about today?
What are we talking about? She just said get behind the camera, right, Dawn?
Right,
pretty much.
Right, that's what it's about. Just get behind these mics and let's just share because I want to talk about sisterhood.
Okay.
I want to talk about sisterhood because it has been so impactful in my life. I know that I am where I am today because of the sisterhoods I have developed since I was 13 years old.
Old.
Right? And since I've, a year?
It's like a little bit over a year.
It feels like forever.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Dawn's always been part of the trio, though.
Yeah.
I know.
It
does. That's when you know it's real. When it feels so natural and organic. So I guess I should just start out by saying how we all met. Like, what's the connection here? Because we're talking about sisterhood. These are my sisters. So Jay, aka Jeanine. We are from, the three of us are from Brooklyn, New York, but we'll get to that in a minute, right? So me and Jay met in high school, Canarsie High School. Go Canarsie Chiefs, whoop whoop. Didn't they like dismantle or something?
Yes, it's not, yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Cheerleaders.
Yes, we were cheerleaders. We met on the cheer team. I tried out. She was already on the cheer team, and I was a freshman coming in, so I tried out. I made the squad.
Of course
I did. Why would not, right? And from there, genuine friendship just developed, right? And we just went through high school together. You know how high school is, right? The gossip, the boys, the classes. We did nursing class together in high school. It was an amazing experience, right? And we just kept growing our friendship since then, right? Sometimes you lose contact with folks. Sometimes you fall out with folks. Sometimes all things happen. However, this right here is forever. And God said so. So she's here and it has been tremendous in my life. She is a go-getter. She is a boss. She's a doctor. Call her Dr.
Gordon, okay? Please.
Got her doctorate recently, so she has said that.
Cheers. Thanks, ladies.
Because 3 is better than 1.
3 is better than 1. Absolutely. Sip to that. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Real quick. A nurse, manager, like what's your title?
I'm a nurse manager. I'm actually taking a little bit of break, a hiatus from nursing right now, just a short one to get my life in order, and I'm happy to talk to my sisters about it. It's just been real, and they have, in their, sharing of their lives and what they give off to everybody, they've been helping me through, and so I'm appreciative. But that's what I do. I'm a wife. My wife, Ruthie, she's great, and I have 2 kids. Grayson, who's 9, he has autism, a lot of work, and Nicholas, who's 22, she also a lot of work, but they're good kids.
Amazing kids. So that's Jeanine, aka Jay, and then to my right, like I said, we have Dawnie. And I should have let y'all introduce yourselves because that was amazing. You want to introduce yourself? So wait, let me say how we met. real quick. I know we trying to. Okay, so my recipe, my therapy, obviously, is my brand, my business, my coaching business, right? I am a certified life coach. We all know that. And I needed a branding shoot. and I needed a branding photographer. So I had a wedding photographer. That's the only photographer I knew in North Carolina. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, I need... Don't mind Coco. Coco's going to do what Coco wants to do. And he don't know Donnie ain't really in the mood for this type of affection. He just likes to
I'll rub on him. I just don't want him to lick me right now.
Listen,
not yet.
Yeah, like just...
Maybe later.
Yeah, like let me just rub on you.
You better not lock him out. Why don't you just put him on a patio? Anyway, so Donnie, right, so I was saying my wedding photographer, that's the only photographer I knew. So I reached out to him. I said, listen, I need some branding photos for my business. Who can you help me out? And he was like, sure, I can do that. And I'm like, cool. So in reaching out to him and trying to plan the branding shoot session, he was kind of busy, and I was kind of getting frustrated. And he was, look at this one. And he was honest, and he said, listen, that's not really my wheelhouse, but I know somebody. But he took a long time to text me back. While I was waiting for his text back, I said, let me just get on the computer and Google, like, branding photographers in Raleigh. And I came up on Donnie's page, and I was like, wow. She's dope. Her portfolio looks amazing. Like, is this real? And it was like, okay, let me fill out this inquiry form. And I'm filling it out, and I hear my phone go off, and it's the other photographer. Tier, my boy Tier, of course. So Tier finally texts back, and he's like, listen, that's not in my wheelhouse. However, I have an amazing photographer to refer to you. Her name is Dawn. And he sends me the name and the phone number, and no lie, I was filling out her inquiry form when he sent me that text.
Meant to be.
Okay, like, I love telling that story because it's surreal. And when I'm looking through her portfolio and her website, she's from Brooklyn. Like, that's on her website. I'm like, I know you're lying.
Meant to be.
And, I purposely put on, I'm from Brooklyn.
Listen,
like,
you don't say New York.
No.
You say Brooklyn. So, long story short, we connected, and we've been stuck together ever since. She can't get rid of me. I can't get rid of her. We're just
freaking frack.
I love it.
It is. And it's not, perfect. No relationships are perfect. However, it's real. And these are real connections. So then here's the thing. Jay was coming to town one day, and I was like, well, Donnie, I want you to meet my best Jay. And she's like, sure, I'm available. She came over. This was like last summer, right?
2 summers ago, maybe, right?
No.
Was it last
it's only been a year. It's only been like a little over a year, because I feel like we did your shoot in last April.
Okay.
It's crazy to me.
So maybe, was I here last summer?
You were.
Okay, I love it.
Had to have been, yeah.
Had to been. And they instantly just gelled together, and that just made my heart happy, because these are the two women who I just genuinely go to. These are my go-tos. These are my sisters, and they click perfect. It was perfect. So that's why we're here, right? Jay's back in town. I said, Donnie, are you available? She's like, yeah, I am. So we're here, and I said, well, what should we talk about? I didn't know what to talk about, but then it just came to me. I prayed on it, and it was like sisterhood, because that's what y'all can speak on, and really share the impact that sisterhood has on evolving and making you a better person.
Yeah.
I know that these two women are amazing mothers, women, business women, professionals, and it's just like when you surround yourself by that type of energy, it rubs off on you, right? So if you hang out with strippers, you're gonna end up in a strip club, right?
Not Players Club.
Listen, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Been there, done that, right? And if I wanted to be a stripper, that's who I should hang out with, is other strippers. I want to be an amazing wife, an amazing mother, an amazing businesswoman, and that's what I'm surrounding myself with. And when you find those connections,
you keep them. You
keep them, right? You keep them, you hold on to them. So I have some questions.
Oh.
Right. What do you think? Well, what does sisterhood mean to you, Jay?
Yeah, I think for me, I actually have a sister who I love, and who our relationship is great, and we've, grown together and been together. She's 10 years older than me, so I've learned a lot from her and what she's gone through in the past. And then, having a sister kind of helps you feel like what you want in your people that you want to be around, right? And so I think for me, I just always wanted people to just be genuine with me and like be honest, even when it hurts your feelings. Give you good advice, be your cheerleader, no jealousy, no hate. I feel like a lot of times with us women, there's a lot of that, even if it's like underlying. And just somebody that I know that I could call, I could trust, loyal, and somebody that's kind of trying to elevate themselves like me. Like, we're all trying to get better, right? So I want to be with somebody that wants to be better, wants me to be better, wants us to be better together. So that's what I feel about sisterhood.
Yeah, sisterhood is dope. It's really important because you said a thing, like no jealousy, no envy, like genuine connections. That's what brings us together, right? And it keeps you together. Because when real recognizes real, right? That's been a saying for many, many, many moons. It's like you notice it. It like you. It's just like you don't have to pick and choose. It's like that person is drawn to you, and it's just like you can't deny that feeling.
Yes,
it's really deep. It's like a soulmate, right?
Yeah.
It's like
and you can have soulmates that are not romantic.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I have one.
Yeah.
My sister, not my sister, but a soulmate. Like, we just think alike. She's always there on that level for me, and I agree, Dawn. Soulmates.
So, what do you think about sisterhood? What's your take on it?
So it's essentially the same as what Jeanine said, but for me, I come from a background where I was raised as an only child. I have a half brother. So for me, a lot of my relationships growing up, I was looking for a sister. And so there were certain characteristics that I felt like a sister should embody, because these were things that I was trying to give my friends that I felt like were sisters. And they were some of the same things, you know, just being able to uplift one another, supporting one another, being an encouragement to one another, not hating on one another. I feel like, you know, sometimes we're human, and so there might be something that Jeanine has or that you have that I might be like, oh, that would be nice to obtain, but it doesn't necessarily need to turn into a jealous moment where now I'm hating on you. It just makes me want to strive to obtain that for myself. You know what I'm saying? So that aspect, people that falls into us wanting each other to do better, seeing one another and wanting to like elevate.
Yeah.
You know, so iron sharpening iron is, it's huge, because that's a great way to channel what most people would consider jealousy. It's just like iron sharpening iron. I see this characteristic. I see this thing that you're doing, and it sets my soul ablaze. And rather than me acting funny style towards you,
or wanting to put out your blaze,
I want to be a part of it, you know. So that to me is huge. And when you find that and you can interact in that way and just like play off of one another's strengths and turn your weaknesses then into strengths because you see your sister doing these great things, then as a collective you're able to elevate. And so that's what sisterhood is for me.
Absolutely. Wow, what a word. And here's the crazy thing. So, well, it's not crazy, but it's amazing rather. So Dawn and I obviously have separate businesses. So your business name is?
Michelle Dawn Photography. I'm a brand photographer. I work primarily with women entrepreneurs, and we work together to create strategy, to create imagery that speaks to their target audience. So that can be for your website, for your blog, for your marketing materials, all of it. I work with my clients to develop that strategy for it.
Yeah, dope. Like, she really does the thing. And working with you, getting my brand together, you got it all the way together. Like, when you start a business, people say brand, you got a brand. And I was like, what is that, right? Like, what is that? I had no
keyword,
clue.
like a cliche.
Oh gosh, it is. It's like everybody says you have to do it, and as a new entrepreneur, you're trying to figure it out. But that's one of the first steps, and you helped me figure that out. And I was like, okay, I get it. There goes the growth, right? There goes the encouragement, that inspiration. It's like, wow, I see where she's going with it. I'm picking up what you're putting down, and I'm here for it.
And you killed that first shoot.
Thank you.
Yeah, and every shoot thereafter.
Absolutely. Because the first shoot was like figuring it out, but we had done the work beforehand to figure out what it was that you needed to implement in your brand to like really make things pop for you. Yeah. And I really appreciate that, because sometimes you give direction to your clients and they don't want to put that work in.
Listen, I was all ears. All ears. I follow direction very well. And here's the thing. She was like so specific. Like the work beforehand, that's all her. I can't even take the credit. She was like, fill out this. Let's talk about it. Let's set up this meeting. We talked it through and we ironed it out. And it's just like looking back on it, I'm so grateful to meet you because you really are passionate about what you do. You really truly care about your clients. And I care about my clients as a life coach. Mm-hmm. And I empower women. Well, I take that back. I don't empower. I can't. I help women empower themselves, mm-hmm. right? And I help them change the trajectory that is going on in their life. They want something different. They want something new. And my job is to help them find that, figure it out. So we all, right? As a nurse, you help people, you encourage people. What kind of nursing do you do?
So I do oncology nursing, which is cancer nursing. I don't touch patients often. I'm mostly managing staff that mm-hmm. are caring for patients. But, I would have to say, like, through watching you ladies, right? You've empowered me to empower my staff. Like, a lot of my staff follow you guys because I've been telling them, like, they're like, oh, you're moving different and you're asking for what you want and you're doing different things. And I'm thinking that's because watching you guys, like, it is. I tell her all the time, like, I'm making big strides in all my relationships, right? With all my people, setting boundaries for myself, being very clear what kind, loving, honest, but also, like, just being like, I deserve more. This is what I'm standing for. This is what's what. Like, right now, we were talking a little bit earlier, I'm having a hard time with my son. And, you guys in many of your podcasts have talked about taking care of yourself, right? And taking care of yourself sometimes means stepping away from what you do. Mm-hmm. And so in being able to step away, it was not an easy decision for me, right? Because, we're workers, right? We mm-hmm. want to work. We want to, like, do what we have to do. But realizing, like, that's not being selfish. Mm-hmm. And that's what I needed to do for my family and for myself, for my own mental health at the time. And so I'm proud of myself. But I am. Thank you. And I attribute it.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Because, it's been a struggle. I've been through a lot. We all have been through a lot. But mm-hmm. for me, I think, the sisterhood is what's important. And again, we don't text every day. We don't talk every day. But I know when I'm in a moment that she's going to be there, which is important. I know that when I'm acting crazy, she's going to be like, well, that was not the right thing. Like, your sister should not tell you what you want to hear.
Absolutely.
Okay. They need to tell you what's right, even if it's going to hurt. And maybe it's not at that moment, right? Maybe if you're in the heat of the moment and you're in a little bit of a thing, it's not that time to be like, maybe you just let it calm down and we have a conversation after, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like those are the things I appreciate about sisterhood.
Yes.
Like being able to, like, circle back and being like, okay, I reflected. Yeah. Maybe I could have done something different, and then that person helping me. But, like, I think as women, we have to be better about not telling each other what we want to hear mm-hmm. and really being honest and open with each other, which is not easy. For some reason, why is that not easy?
Because we don't want the reaction
that comes along with it.
And most of the time, the reaction is like, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
And so we've dealt with that in the past, and so it makes us feel like but I just really think that now, especially, life is short, and if you are coming from a place of love and you're mm-hmm. delivering, so you see something in your sister that you're like, you've done it this way, maybe consider this, mm-hmm. and they don't receive it, then maybe, that's just, it's time to step away, maybe. If the response is something that is just so off-putting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But suppose it's not off-putting. Suppose this is something that she needs to hear to save her life, save her relationship, save her, her children or whatever. Then it would be, kind of remiss for us to not say something about it,
Yeah, true girlfriends should speak up. Have those hard conversations, right?
Yeah.
Sisterhood is not about partying and having a good time and drinking. I mean, it is too.
Yeah.
We gonna
That's
do that
part
too,
of it.
Right? Cheers to that. But it's also about
doing the work.
Having those real conversations. And I think the three of us have definitely had those conversations, right?
We've had some conversations.
Okay, listen.
In our short time together,
we have had some conversations, mm-hmm. but we have also started a business together, Maven's Houline.
Maven.
Okay. And But I mean, that was never the intention, right? I didn't meet Dawn and say, oh yeah, she would be great to start a business with because she has a network and she has experience. No, it was a genuine thing because we both are in the business of uplifting women.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a no-brainer when she came to me like, I'm thinking about a networking event. And it developed organically into Mavens Who Link, right?
Yeah.
And that is the benefits to me of sisterhood. Is like those common interests and experiences. That's what brings you together. That's what makes it click. And it feels really good. And if you're true and genuine about it, and the other person on the other side is the same, now you have a sisterhood. It's going to work out.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, as somebody who's been following Mavens Who Link from day one,
thank you.
I'm a little sad that Ava's not here. The first thing I said when I got in the car with Teniqua was like, hey, Ava. I want to meet Ava. I love her energy just from the camera. Like, she seems so genuine and sweet and loving. So hopefully we get to see you. Well, I get to see you while I'm here. But if not, like, the three of you, what I feel when I watch you guys is that it's almost like a puzzle, like where one person fits, the other person kind of links in together, and you guys like almost complete each other in that way with your talents, with your, the way you speak, the way that you guys do. Like, it seems very organic. Like,
it really is.
It does, and that's from me watching on the camera. And I met Dawn twice, and Ava I've never met, but like I see it, and I'm just like, okay. And I have to say, Dawn, like, I'm so fucking happy that you're here to take care of my boo.
Oh, don't make me cry.
Oh God, we said we wasn't gonna cry.
Okay.
No, but that makes me happy that I know, that she has somebody that I know is here in person taking care of her. That I wish I could. Oh man, we gonna have to pause.
No, we ain't. We gonna run with it because it's real. This is sisterhood. Like,
Come on,
it's
don't
deep.
cry.
It's really deep. No, she can cry. Crying is normal. We cry. It's all right to cry. Look at our production assistant giving us some tissue. Yes.
Good job. Thank you. That's what I feel. I'm like, it makes me feel better. And then to be able to come here and like fellowship with you is like even better, right? Because then I know like it's good, it's genuine, and like you guys, it makes me feel good that you're taken care of.
Let me tell you something. When I moved to North Carolina, what was it? 6 years ago? 7 years ago? Six. I must have been 7. It's been 7. Oh yeah, because we are going on 6 years of marriage, right? So 7. That sounds crazy to me. So 7 years ago, it really does. Saying it out loud.
7 years removed from Brooklyn, right?
I moved here for a better life. I wasn't thinking about no friendships. I'm not. It has to be genuine, right?
Yeah.
I'm open to people, but I'm not forcing anything. I'm in my bubble. I'm happy with my family and my life, and it's like I wasn't looking for anyone. So when you find connections that are genuine, like the one I did with Dawnie, I was like, oh wait, you can actually have adult relations, like meet friends as an adult. Because you know how they be like, no new friends. Who said no new friends? Drake. Silly. That's silly to say, right? Like, no new friends, and that's the thing.
I was saying that for a minute though.
Right, we all were, right? Like, my circle is my circle, but no, some people gotta go, and some new people will come in. And keep your hearts open to that because it's life changing. Imagine if I never gave an opportunity to myself to meet a friendship, right, like yours, and I can't imagine life without you here. I can't imagine
the assistant guy would be taking pictures.
Listen, he would really be like the photographer too, but you being a photographer, I mean, that's just extra. It's about your soul. It's about the connections we have, the support we have when we're having a difficult time. We can reach out to each other and be there because life is challenging.
Absolutely.
Enough, right? And yes, you may have, other relationships and a spouse or whoever, but it's nothing like a sister.
Nothing like a sister.
Nothing like a sister that you can count on, that you can fellowship with, that you can hang out with, that you can cry with, that you can drink with, eat with.
That you can be real with, that you can like share all of the stuff, and they're like not judging
at all.
Right. There's nothing like it.
Yeah. And sometimes
we had conversations last night. We're not going to talk about what it was, but like you had something heavy on your heart.
Okay.
And you was like, I just need to share it with you because I don't know who else to share it with. And I'm like, I'm here for it.
Right.
And once you got it off, you were like, I haven't said that to anybody, and I'm like, and that's why I'm here. So we always have a little bit of joke, like we used to do on your couch upstairs in your bedroom. Whenever I came down to visit, I'm like, I need to go on the couch because it was like our little therapy session, and it was just like this space where you just like kind of just let go, right? And just kind of said what you needed to say and know that you weren't going to be judged for it, that it was going to be okay, and that you were going to be supported, even if you heard some shit you ain't want to hear.
Yeah.
Even if you were like, it was going to be okay, and you open your heart to that. And I think as women, that's one thing I'll say, we are responsible for the sisterhood. It goes both ways. Sometimes you got 50, sometimes I got 50, sometimes you got 30, I got 70. And so I think that we have to be more mindful of like when somebody is not okay. Like right now, I'm not okay in my life, right? And so my family and my friends are picking up around me, and that's okay, because when it goes the other way, I'm gonna have them.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of times as women, we do this whole like, oh, she ain't call me, she ain't text me. Check up on her, see how she's doing, because sometimes I'm in my bed with my lights off, and that's all I can do. And even if you text me and I don't text back, it means the world to me that you reached out. And when my shit is better, I'm going to remember that you looked out for me. Yeah. We don't do that enough. We get in our feelings about like, oh, she... Right?
Yeah, it's so bizarre, because it's like, you share things with people and they are fully aware, and then when you disappear to like...
They're like, where is she?
Yeah, and it's they start to feel a type of way. And it's like, a true girlfriend is not going to do that. They're going to understand, well, it's not about me. It's about what they need to do to be on their healing journey.
Correct.
And all I need to do is support and let them know that I'm here. And that's as simple as a simple text message. Hey girl, like, I know you're in your quiet mode. I love you. Just wanted to let you know I'm thinking about you. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Yes, absolutely.
And pray for them. And then, like when they're ready to talk, when they're ready to, be back in the mix, they'll be back.
Welcome them in with open arms. Well, where you been or whatever.
Yeah. Let me tell you one thing about me. I do want to be a better friend, right? I feel like I'm a pretty good friend, but one of my goals is to be a better friend and to show up even more for my girls, right? What's important for me, I will not call you every day. That's just not me. You have some women who are into texting and communicating every day. If that's what you need, I'm not her, right? And no, I'm not. She is not her. I'm not she. And I'm just going to accept that. And it's cool. Like, you're not my person. Yeah. When you meet your people that understand, like, okay, I didn't hear from Teniqua for 2 days, I'm gonna reach out to her. It's not like, she ain't calling me, I ain't calling her. I ain't got time for that.
So bizarre.
It's bizarre. That's weird.
Bizarre behavior.
It is, especially with. I think the pandemic opened our eyes to the realness of life, and it's no joke, right? We would kind of had these rose-colored glasses. That's it. Right? I did it right? Yeah, that's it. Rose-colored glasses we'd be trying to look through, that we were looking through, and that like shook the world up. Like, here's the thing, we're still here. What is your purpose? Surround yourself by the people that really uplift you and help you be better, and not be pressed for. When I see those photos of those girls trips, and it'd be like 30 girls in a picture.
Child, no.
How you got 29 friends, ma'am? I mean, maybe you do. I'm not knocking it, but I'm about quality, not quantity. And for me, I can have 2, 3, 4, it don't matter, as long as it's real and I feel really good. My discernment and my clarity, I pray for, and I got it. So I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna tap into it. So when it comes to my girls, it's the same thing. I know real. I'm not silly.
Can I so wrap it up. Okay, I want to talk about the last subject. Okay. Social media and sisterhood. Yeah. Okay. So I think that I just want to open it up, because I think that some people know that social media is a way of communication, and so that's not. I don't know. I'm 43. That's not. To me, that's not genuine communication.
Yeah, it's not the only way.
Not the only way.
Yeah, we could DM.
Right.
But like,
send each other memes throughout the day. Like, I do that with my girls. Shout out to Nikisha. We be memeing all day.
Definitely. But I also feel like I think we just have to be honest about like what we see on social media, what's real, right? Because I don't really have a social media account. I have an account through my son, and there's a lot of things going on with him. You're not gonna see that on the page, right? You're gonna see him smiling, right? So can we just keep it real that like when people are posting, they're posting the best part of the life, and then that's not the reality. And sometimes
it's a snippet
in a time and moment. A moment in time.
Yeah, a moment in time, but it's not the entire picture.
It's not the entire picture. And so I feel feel like I also, a friend said to me once, like, oh, you having a hard time because shit look good over there. And I was like a little bit of offended.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, no. Like, obviously, that's one picture, which takes a second. Mm-hmm. The rest of the 23 hours and however many seconds has been a struggle. Or maybe not the whole day. But, like, just being mindful of whatever you see on social media, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what your friend's really going through. And that, as women, we should still check in.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because then next thing you know, God forbid something happens to that person. Like, oh, well, I thought everything was good, like, no, it was not. They were just trying to cope and felt alone because everybody thought things were good because they were the strong friend that nobody checked in on.
Yep.
So
I hate being the strong friend.
Yeah.
It's stressful as fuck.
Yeah, it's difficult to
they're like, because they're like, oh, you make everything look so easy. Like, oh, you're a stay-at-home mom. Like, it must be great for you.
I would never want to.
Like, absolutely not.
It's the hardest thing ever.
And I mean, like, not to, like, everybody has their stuff that they struggle with. For somebody else, staying at home with the kids might be like the greatest thing ever. But for somebody who has worked from the age of 15 and now you're a stay-at-home mom trying to run a business and you can't because you gotta, raise your kids. It's a struggle.
Yes.
And so, like, somebody might feel like, what you're going through might be easy. But for you, it's difficult. And I think that as people, we need to understand and realize that we're all different. We're all made differently. And what's going to be good for you is not going to be good for me. What's going to be terrible for you is not going to be terrible for me. And understand that and come with grace and compassion and meet people where they are. And just be a supportive, listening ear. Even if you don't fully understand, if this is your friend, if this is your sister, like, at least try.
Yes,
of course.
At least. And be honest, right? So here's the thing. People are not mind readers. They're my sisters. So if I'm going through something, I'm like, sis, listen, it's been a rough week. Guess what? It's been a rough 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, what's the limit? Don't feel bad about having to scale back. Communicate that to your sisters so that they can be there for you. Even if not physically, spiritually, right? They can pray for you. They can encourage you. They can send you that text. People are not mind readers. Sometimes it's like, oh, nobody's checking on me. Well, did you tell somebody that you're going through some stuff?
Yeah, because everybody's going through something.
Okay.
Yes.
So give your sisters some grace as well is really important because I find just opening up has been life-changing.
Yes.
Opening up. Like, I don't have to. I was a secretive Sagittarius. Like, I was raised.
Secret squirrel.
Don't tell your business.
Don't tell your
keep your business in the house.
Okay.
What happens in the house stays in the house.
Yeah, but how could you get help? How could you get advice? How somebody might say, oh, I went through that, girl. This is what I did.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to do what I did, but maybe it encourages you to keep navigating and figuring out your thing. Talking to your sisters, for me, has been life-changing. Even when y'all open up to me, it's like, oh, shit, wow. Oh, shoot, I don't mean to curse. We're going to bleep that out, right?
I cursed a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
No,
Did you? I didn't even know this. Because you got a dirty mouth like me.
Dirty.
Ew.
Yes. But in closing, we're going to wrap.
Way.
The Brooklyn way. Listen, I wish we should just have this, right? We should just anyway, we're gonna do it again and again. And you never know what life, how things play out. But in closing, I think we should just encourage the women out there to really value the sisters that you have in your life. Nurture those relationships, open up to those relationships, let them be a source of strength and encouragement and all the wonderful things. And guess what? The ones that need to go, let them go. If you get in that feeling, that gut feeling that something ain't right, right? And it's okay to grow out of people, right? Not out of people, but people grow apart, right?
Yeah.
It's okay to grow apart.
I wish you well.
I wish you well. Right, no ill feelings.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna speak bad about you. I ain't gonna tell your business while you're going. I'm just going to move on gracefully, and I'm gonna embrace the love. Forget about the negativity. Embrace the love. Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And I'll say in closing, too, I challenge you guys. Text a friend, call a friend that you haven't spoke to in a while. Hey, girl, what's up? Don't have to say, I haven't been around. Don't have to say, I'm going through a rough time. Just say, hey, what's up? Thinking of you. That goes a long way.
Absolutely.
And then just open up the conversation and start again. Even if it's somebody that you've been at odds with, sometimes you know, mutually we think about each other, but everybody's scared to kind of just get together. Like, just do it. Be brave. Reach out to your girl and do that, and then come talk to us.
And, and here's one thing. This is one thing that I've been implementing lately because, you know, growing up, sometimes it's a little difficult to navigate female friendships when you have like, oh, females, I'm friends with males, females, whatever. So this is what I've been doing. I've been praying to be the type of friend to my friends that they need and the type of friend that I would want for myself. And it's been working out. But like, have I been good? Have I been a good friend?
Absolutely.
I've heard only good things.
Okay. So
absolutely is an understatement. You have been a blessing in my life, in my family's life. Like I told Les today, I was like, Dawn is family. Because I was like, oh, we're only inviting family to the cookout. We'll talk about that later. Okay. And I was like, yeah, Donnie. I was like, yes, Donnie's family. He didn't even say nothing because he knew. Like, he knows how I feel about you. He knows how I feel about you. And, yeah, you've been an amazing friend.
And I just want to be the type of friend to you that you've been to me. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So when you find people in your life that you recognize or that even that you want to develop and go deeper with in that way, because that's okay. It's okay for it to not be a romantic relationship and you want to go deeper with this person because you value who they are as a person. Just pray that you can be who they need you to be in the moments that they need you, and it's an effective prayer. Believe it.
Amen. We can wrap up right there. Okay.
All right, we did that.
We did that.
Sisterhood.
Cheers.
Signing off. Wrap it up.
We did it?
We
did it.
That was
How long was it?
Come on.
I don't know, because I mean we prepared for like an hour.
35.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Famous two time.
Yes. That's a change.
Yeah.
Guys, that was fun.
That was a really good talk.
Oh, you cried. I'm sorry.
I cried too. It's
You
okay.
had the little tears rolling down. I was trying to have
I love the transparency. The transparency is everything.
No, to be honest, like when you were like, oh, my friend Dawn, I was like, who my friend is?
I know, because that's how it be like, I'm not sharing.
Yeah, we could have mentioned that too about sharing.
Yeah. And, you know, whatever. And then that's how I felt. Like, because I know how she is. Like, drive this poor man crazy.
Yeah.
And now she got you. And y'all need each other. And, like, I'm happy that you're here to take care of her. And when I'm here, you were the first thing I was like, oh, am I going to see Dawn? And she was like, yeah, she's coming through.
So it's like,
I love it.
Good, thank you.
I love it.
I'm glad I'm doing you proud. Because I have friends like that, like you and Teniqua, and I'm like, who these new people?
Yeah, definitely.
Who this?
I've been dealing with it for a long time from her. Okay, she always got a new friend.
I know, but they know. They
love it.
Today, this weekend, everybody's like, "Oh, what you doing? What you doing?" I'm like, "I'm seeing with Bestie." They're like, "Oh, North Carolina." They know. They know you're number one. So.
Love y'all. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. He's always doing behind the scenes.
I gotta go.
Look, don't forget your lip stuff is back.
Oh, right.
Yes,
The lip stuff. Thank you, because I would have been like, where's my lip stuff?
Are we going to the pool?
Yeah.
Them grapes.
Got it. Thank you.
Num num num.